So I think there's a good chance of a hung jury. Look, there's some chance of an acquittal if these jurors take their obligations seriously. But this is New York, and as a CNN commentator said, this jury is representative of New York. That's the problem. Yeah. It's like a white jury in Mississippi being representative of white jurors in the South.
Whoa, did he say what I think he said? I'll answer my own question. Yes. Alan Dershowitz is emblematic of what's wrong with our system. This hump is judging juries that he's never met, saying that Americans are too stupid to understand facts. Well, maybe MAGA Nation thinks that way because of people like Dershowitz, who defend not just scum, but rich scum. I mean, I'm not judging him, really. I mean, but OJ?
You know, it brought back memories. I worked very closely with him for a 2-year period. I agreed to take the case, and then I determined scientifically that he was being framed.
Rapists like Mike Tyson, rapists like Donald Trump, WikiLeaks Julian Assange, porn star and rapist Harry Reams, child rapist Jeffrey Epstein, and rapist Harvey Weinstein, they're all rich, and they made Dershowitz rich.
Where's the crime, and what is the crime? Can you please tell me, Professor, because I don't know.
I've been doing this 60 years, and I can't find the crime.
And this guy has the balls to criticize juries he's never met just because of where they're from? In other words, they don't have the resources that Trump and the other bottom feeders have who are terrorizing our country.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow.
But to all those right-wing attorneys on Fox, NewsMax, and OAN, Trump's getting a fair trial. And if you say he isn't, then either you can't navigate voir dire or you just suck at your job.
I've come here from New York, where I'm being forced to endure a Biden show trial carried out by radical Democrat district attorney. You know who he is? Fat Alvin. Has anyone ever seen The Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter.
I understand Tiny Fingers, and nothing he says or does surprises me. Regardless of the verdict, he is attacking the entire system because of his privilege. Even Judge Merchan tiptoes around this Pushtun skin tag, allowing Tiny Fingers to violate the gag order and threaten the lives of prosecutors and witnesses.
The only thing that's being done wrong is by this judge. His daughter's making money, raising money for Democrats.
Because this judge is corrupt. He's a corrupt judge. This judge, what he did, and what his ruling was is a disgrace. Everybody saw what happened today. He's a corrupt judge, and he's totally conflicted. And I got to get back on the campaign trail. I'm not supposed to be here. We are so innocent.
Stormy Daniels had to wear a bulletproof vest into court because of Trump's violent hyperbole.
I don't know if I'll do the fighting myself or if other people will.
Maybe you should have been roughed up.
You know, I've been indicted more than Al Capone. Did you ever hear Al Capone? If you smiled the wrong way at Al Capone when you had dinner, he would have you killed probably within 20 minutes after the dinner. He got indicted less than me.
But what I don't understand are attorneys who sell their soul to massage the truth for Fox or these other right-wing suck-ups.
Will they acquit because there's no evidence of crimes, or convict for purely political reasons?
I mean, when Dershowitz compares the jury trials of the 50s and 60s, where all white juries convicted black men of crimes they obviously never committed.
This jury is representative of New York. That's the problem. Yeah. It's like a white jury in Mississippi being representative of white jurors in the South.
To a jury of New Yorkers asked to judge Trump's obvious crimes, it's plain to see that Trump's cabal believes he is truly above the law.
And by the way, does anybody believe that Joe had 80 million votes? Does anybody believe?
The idea that Trump can never receive a fair trial, so he must have immunity? I mean, didn't we just hear Trump's attorney make this freaking ridiculous plea before SCOTUS that Trump should be able to shoot a political rival?
Yes or no question. Could a president who ordered SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival who was not impeached, would he be subject to criminal prosecution?
If he were impeached and convicted first.
Your yes or no answer is no.
Trump and his Fox nymphettes complain about a two-tiered system of justice. But of course, they have it all wrong. Trump and the GOP put in place 3 ultra-conservatives on the Supreme Court who, along with Thomas and Alito, are now considering immunity for Trump. And Trump's appointee in Florida, Judge Cannon, she's delayed Trump's trial indefinitely with the hope that Trump will win in the fall and dismiss the charges against himself. By the way, Judge Cannon's husband, Josh Lawrence, worked for the Florida-based ex-New York mobster John Rosati. And John Rosati is Trump's lifelong friend and contributor. Fox News and the GOP all saw what happened on January the 6th, and they all called it what it was, an insurrection.
We saw what happened. It was a violent insurrection for the purpose of trying to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And they all blame Trump. until they didn't.
DOJ didn't get into what became the Jack Smith investigation. Still hasn't come to trial. We all know we're waiting for the Supreme Court on immunity. But they really let the January 6th committee let the American people know what was going on and all of that evidence that was developed before they, some would say, too late.
But the New York case is just as troubling. David Pecker admitted that he was in effect the print version of Fox News, killing any and all stories that made Trump look like Trump really is.
I want to be a dictator.
A wannabe mobster who has lied, cheated, cut corners, and when faced with criminal penalties, paid people off or intimidated them.
How many times did Mr. Trump ask you to threaten an individual or entity on his behalf?
Quite a few times.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably.
So for Alan Dershowitz to say New Yorkers are the same as the bigoted white jurors from the 1950s fits right into Trump's playbook. When you can't win, make the other side feel the pain.
The audience hit back. And that's what we need, a little bit more of.
But what Dershowitz is doing is just a game. When he repped Trump during his impeachment, he didn't argue the law, but instead he denied the law. When Trump tried to strong-arm Zelensky to find dirt on Biden, it's exactly what the Russians did when getting Smirnov to give fake Russian intel to Comer and Jordan's BS inquiry into the president.
How weird is that?
Dershowitz isn't doing his job as an attorney. He's a cult leader.
If he's found guilty in that trial, would that change your vote at all?
No, it won't change my vote at all.
You have to look at yourself as a person. Are you a perfect person? Is he a perfect person? No one is perfect.
Trying to warp the court of public opinion with his buffoonish obfuscations. Using that logic, the Georgia trial should be fair, right? I mean, Trump broke the law on tape.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
But even though Georgia elected 2 Democrats to the Senate, it's still a red state. I mean, it's the home to Miss Piggy and her Cracker Barrel posse of trash. Still, Republicans want to call it a blue state until the trial's over. Do you remember when Republicans called liberals snowflakes, saying we weren't tough enough to face the truth? Well, the irony is rich with these pricks, because today it's a Republican Party that can't stand up like men and women of character and face the music. They've committed crimes against the nation, and those who haven't are protecting those who have. It's like a cult, but unlike Jonestown, the victims are those who call out their BS. The trial of Donald Trump versus the state of New York is fair, and to underestimate the integrity of the jurors, the judge, the prosecutors makes Trump, Dershowitz, and the rest of these whiny bitches sound like exactly what they are, weak and afraid little boys. But hey, like the doctor who says, if it hurts when you do that, stop doing that. And to Trump I say, if you don't want a New York jury to judge you, quit committing crimes there.
Who's with me?
Time to pack it up.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore. Am I wrong?
Damn right.
Tick-tock, mother...
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
Follow, like, and please subscribe to Really American, where we keep you up to date on the latest Republican cult lie in this very important year. Hey, and make sure you join us as a member on Patreon, where we can connect directly with you and enable us to expand, make more videos, and hire more hosts. Can't do it without you. For Really American,
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.